So I'm still stuck inside, just like you are, so let's build another funnel. Hey everyone, I sincerely hope you and your family are staying safe and healthy through what has become a just absolutely turbulent and ridiculous time. Although you've probably read and watched enough about that, so here I'm just going to be your stable go-to Google Analytics and funnel nerd. So because I have nothing else to share with you, I figured I'd show you how to put together a lead generation funnel again. So I'm gonna walk you through my Google Analytics, give you a little rant on why UTM parameters are so freaking important, why done is better than perfect, and then actually build a landing page from scratch. Well, relatively. We won't go all the click by click because that would just kind of be boring, right? You know how to do that, but I'll show you some little hacks along the way to hopefully save you a bunch of time. So let's go ahead and zip on into my screen here. So I pulled up a couple of Google Analytics links because this is actually where I'm going to start for building this particular lead generation funnel that I'm about to build with you. So something that I'm a huge proponent of is using UTM links, UTM parameters. So when you go into Google Analytics and you go to acquisition and source medium, you can see we're on source medium here. I've gone ahead and clicked on YouTube organic. You'll see Facebook, direct, Google search, all the other traffic sources, Pinterest and Twitter and LinkedIn, everything under the sun, but we're just gonna focus on YouTube here because that's the only place I post content. And then I've gone ahead and added a secondary dimension called under advertising called campaign, whereas, well, it's not gonna, I'm using it, but called campaign. So what Google Analytics does for you automatically is most of the time it's gonna figure out that the traffic's coming from YouTube and it's organic, it's not a paid campaign. But the campaign side of things is something that you manually have to do. So before I get into my Excel sheet, just remember you can always Google search Google Analytics UTM Builder, and this is going to come up for you for free. So you don't have to build a stupid, crazy Excel sheet. I almost stupid crazy Excel sheet like mine. You can tell I'm a little excited. I've been stuck inside all the time. Even I get a little stir crazy. Okay, so in this particular Google sheet, what you'll see here is the source, which is YouTube, the medium, which is organic, and of course it could be paid or it could be email or YouTube in-stream or discovery, but it's just gonna be organic, and then we give it a campaign name. Now, what I like to do is I have all of my funnels have a three-letter code. This is a little legacy because I wasn't always this organized. So what I do here is we have all of our different lead magnets are essentially their own lead generation funnel. So I say this is going to be the AN sales funnel template, and then I give the content, the code of our video. So every video that we upload has a content code. Yours could just be, V1 for video one, and then you can count all the way through. After 600 some odd videos, it just makes sense for us to have kind of different codes for different types of videos. So S for us is like self-improvement and productivity, whereas M would be marketing, although I digress. So I just wanted to show you this very quickly. I'm briefly going over it. Again, you don't have to build a crazy Excel sheet, but this is how we get the information into Google Analytics. And so I want to show you why this is so important, because this is looking at the previous 3 months. So over the past 3 months, we can see that our SFO organizer has brought in 360 clicks. And then if I had Google, if I had conversion tracking working correctly, we'd actually be able to see how many people opted in that page. But when we get into MailerLite, we'll be able to see that anyway. My business partner has to fix a stupid thing I did. Every once in a while I mess up. I'm just kidding. It's like every other day. That's entrepreneurship 101. So what you can also do is go to acquisition and then just sort by campaign. So if you just want to see all your campaigns, irrespective of what traffic source they're from. And so that is under acquisition as well. But what I really want to get to, I know I'm talking fast and over myself. We're going to be building a page from scratch. This is all leading somewhere, I promise. Where we can actually go campaign and add content. So now what we're looking at here is M15. So this is a video that was uploaded in 2017. So we're I could do math, over 3 years later here, or almost 3 years later, depending on the month, whatever. So 3 years later, we're still getting 758 people clicking on the link in that description. So I just want that to sink in for a moment. Number one, I made a video in 2017. I've moved like 3 or 4 times since then. It's crazy. I don't even know what that video is at this point. and it's still bringing in people. And not only that, because we have UTM parameters set up, I know specifically that the campaign for the sales funnel template, most of the people are coming from that specific video. And so obviously, when you first publish a piece of content, it doesn't make sense to create a specific landing page and a specific offer for it. You're probably going to have all of, let's say we're doing a food blog, right? So if we're doing a food blog, we're probably going to have a generic like recipe book offer or something like that we just throw underneath all of our blog posts and videos and Facebook posts or whatever you're doing. Well, then when you use UTM parameters like this, you can see which specific video or post is getting the most people. And then all of a sudden, well, if 3 years later we're still getting 758 people a month, for me, that's a lot. For your business, it might be nothing. You go like 700 people? Come on, Jason. What are you? Well, that's too tiny. Like, why would you even bother, right? But for me, it would make sense to go look at that video and actually, well, maybe we should make a landing page specifically for that piece of content to try and increase our conversion rate. You'll see that this actually does work. I've done it at least once successfully. Lots of failures, but one successful. That's how it goes. 2 step forwards, one step back. But when I first posted this video in 2017, M15, so just to give you some context, earlier today or yesterday, I just recorded M145, right? So that's how old this video is. We're on M145, and this is from M15. So lots and lots of uploads since then. But it would make sense for us to go back and make a landing page specific for that video, which is actually pretty much what we're going to do now. So we're a little analytics rant over. You can check out the link in the cards or the description to a full-blown Google Analytics video that will walk you through how to set that up and all of the intricacies of how to choose what your UTM parameters are going to be. So for this particular example, actually right now, all but one of these campaigns is driving to the same landing page. So if I go into MailerLite, you'll be able to see, we'll scroll down here, all of those campaigns that you were looking at are actually going to this landing page. So we can see that it's at a 42% conversion rate. We moved over to MailerLite, leaving Optimize Press and Thrive Themes probably a couple months ago. And so this isn't like all-time data from all 3 years. This is only a few months worth of data. So you can see 42% is the conversion rate, and that's just across all of these campaigns. So if we go to this tab, you see all but this campaign right here. So number 2, but 1 through 9 minus number 2, they're all going to this one landing page, and it's still getting a 42% conversion rate, which from what I understand is really dang good. But if we were to segment, you can see this is the one that I did segment, is at 52.88%. And this landing page, I think, has been up 4 months, at least 4 months. So 395 subscribers over 4 months. I don't think that's anything to, put in a headline anywhere, but this does go to show that segmentation is important. However, you can still grow your email list and be successful with your business without creating 12 different lead magnets and 12 different landing pages. Like, it would be ridiculous to go through and make 9 different lead generation funnels right off the bat. Like, check this out. AN outsourcing 37 people over the past 3 months. Doesn't make sense to make a landing page for that, right? So, but it does make sense to make a landing page for these top ones that are getting an actual decent amount of traffic. And so this is where done is better than perfect, where you just get a couple of lead magnets done, get a couple of landing pages done, or in my case, just get one done and then just move on with your content. If people like you and they like your content and they like your lead magnets, they're going to enter their name and email, even if it's a very broad landing page. Like, this landing page literally talks about 3 different offers, right? So, and it's still got a 42% conversion rate. So I digress. I'm not trying to puff myself up here. I'm just trying to show you that you don't have to be, super complicated when you're just starting. So because looking at our analytics here, I can see that the sales funnel template is getting a decent amount of people. We should go ahead and make a landing page specifically for it. Now, right now we're using MailerLite. Although I will say, I'm going to go ahead and click create landing page here. There are some big issues on the back end in trying to do sales email sequences, specifically when you're trying to drive people to a video sales letter or a webinar, and you're trying to segment people based upon emails they have or haven't opened or clicked, and anything beyond just blasting people over and over again, irrespective of the actions that they've taken. MailerLite kind of falls short. So if you already have a sales process set up in your current autoresponder, don't switch. But if you're looking for a new autoresponder and you're not going to be doing anything super complicated, MailerLite is still a really good budget solution. But more on that later, because my business partner Jesse is still figuring that out. But we broke the software. We broke it several times. All right, SFT, that's going to be our little funnel code here, and it's going to be our sales funnel template. So we'll go ahead and save and continue. So next we're going to have to choose a subscriber group. Because I have not created a subscriber group yet, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. And so something that we're going to be doing now that we're segmenting out the landing page, not only does this mean we're going to increase our conversion rate on our landing page, hopefully, we're also going to be able to send specific emails to that offer. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a new group because I don't have one here. Go ahead and click create. So now we're going to be able to spend we'll spend money driving traffic to it, yes, but we'll also be able to send specific emails to people who've entered their name and email on this specific landing page. We'll go ahead and click save and continue. Minor usage thing, if you make a new one, you probably want it to be the one that should be added. So I don't know why they make you scroll down and select it anyway. Then we get to the template section. If you've seen any of my previous videos, I don't like any of their templates. So I'm just gonna select this one and then literally just delete everything. So the first thing I'll do is come up to actions and then remove content blocks. So just like starting from scratch. There we go, spell remove correctly, and then it will let you do it. And all we'll need, actually this one, I think I was doing something a little different. So I'll get a headline in here. I think I need some text. Come on, let me drag the text in. No, yes, it worked. All right, and then we need a opt-in. We need a sign-up form with a picture. There we go. And one more, we're also going to need some text for our disclaimer links. And that should be good. So that'll be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down a little bit so I can copy and paste my copy for the page. So I always write the copy before I go through actually building out the page. So for time purposes, I just copied a little bit of it. I'm not going to build every single little element here, but we'll go ahead and give it our headline. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to click save. Now I'll go ahead and finish out copying and pasting. All right, one thing at a time. So then we'll come to our text here and we will select all and paste in that text. That's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. There we go. We'll click save. I always worry about the formatting after all the elements are on the page. So ethically steal our best funnels. And by the way, this is copy I literally just wrote for the tutorial. So if you see this page in the future, it will most likely be different. I was a little aggressive with some of these claims. Okay, and then our text here. So this is something that MailerLite does not do, and that is it does not have the ability to have bullet points. So okay, that looks really bad, but we're just gonna keep going here. We're just gonna keep going. So now you're seeing behind the scenes. This isn't like one of the other tutorials where I fix everything before I start recording. So you see what it actually looks like. It really is a mess. And so then we're going to go to form here and we want to add a field. And we're going to add a name field. We're going to drag that up. And I think I can go back to full screen because I have everything. Oh, and then I'll do the hero image. So let's go back full screen. And for our disclaimer text, definitely want your disclaimer text. This is not by any means legal advice, nor do I condone you copying ours, because I have no guarantees that ours will protect you from anything at all. But I'll just go ahead and copy our disclaimer text. I'll do a tutorial on a comprehensive review on Basecamp, but so far we've been very happy, very happy with it. So we'll go ahead and have our disclaimer text at the bottom. Okay, so almost all of our elements are here on the page before we start fixing things and make it look actually readable. But the last thing we want to do is have some sort of image. So I always like having some sort of image on the landing page, even if it's not an image of our actual offer. Personally, I find the images that look like a software box or one of those 3D covers where it's a cover, they put the cover on the book, I think that just looks a little too like Web 1.0 or 1.5. So I am actually going to use a image. So I'm going to go ahead and upload an image here that I've got from Envato Elements. So we'll just go ahead and click on that. Select it as our hero image, and then it's nice and tiny. So we have a lot to fix here, but that's okay. So fun little tidbit. I kind of gave it away, but something I like to do is I use PowerPoint for removing backgrounds. I know that sounds really strange. So if we go over to Basecamp here, you'll actually see that this is what the original image looked like. And I just wanted this part. So I downloaded it as a PNG, and then I went over to PowerPoint and I hit remove background, and using their basic remove background tools, if it ever loads, I was able to remove everything but these little elements. So you don't need Photoshop. As long as you have PowerPoint, you're good to go. Google Slides does not allow you to do that. So that's just a quick little hack. And I like to do that when I don't want to send this off to one of our graphic designers, where I really want to get something done and it doesn't really matter for a landing page. All right, so now what we'd want to do is we'd want to go ahead and change all of the font settings. So we can come over here and change our font, colors and styles. So I'm going to jump ahead to changing the colors and changing the styles because it's pretty self-explanatory.
One eternity later.
Okay, and so a little embarrassing on how long that actually took. I think that was about 10 minutes of fumbling around. We have our landing page. So here is what we have. So a couple of notes if you decide to use MailerLite. So one of the reasons that I don't like using the headline style is when you go to settings, you can only change the color to 1. So all of your text has to be one color. So something I like doing with these pages is if I want a headline that has different colors or bold and italics, anything else, then I'm going to go ahead and use the standard text format, and that way I'm able to actually highlight individual words or a couple of words and change out whether they're going to be bold or italic, or in this case a different color. And so I'm going to go ahead and save. I went ahead and actually removed the name because I forgot with the formatting that as soon as you add the name, it automatically stacks them, and it just doesn't look good from an aesthetic standpoint. Although that could easily be fixed if I split up this element. So I only did image and text, and then I did do the form underneath it. But I kind of like having this one succinct and done. And for most of our stuff, we actually don't really use the name as much as we should. Probably something we'll play with in the future. So the bullet points, as you can see, I had to play quite a bit with to get them to fit. These are a little long for this particular page builder, but I think that's okay. And really, that's all there is to it, to putting together this page. So the writing of the copy always takes the longest. That probably, if you go through the right process, it's going to take you at least 2 to 3 hours. Like, don't feel weird if it takes you 2 to 3 hours to come up with this much copy, because there is a tremendous amount of work that should go into it. Definitely not just spending 20 minutes before hitting record on a vlog like I did here. And then putting together the landing page, of course, is really easy and simple. Again, make sure that you also go ahead and check with your lawyer or just do your own research on what you need to have as disclaimers on the bottom of your pages. There are a lot of advertising platforms that let you get away with pretty much murder. I mean, you literally don't have to put anything, and some of the headlines that YouTube allows to run now are just absolutely ridiculous. It's like what Facebook was like when it first started, but they're always going to curtail, and it's always going to change. So definitely make sure that you follow best practices and you don't go too far with your headlines, because it might work today and you'll just get banned in a year or two, and it definitely won't be worth it in the long run. I'll get off that soapbox. So now we can go ahead and just click on save and publish here. And of course, we'd wrap up with going ahead and changing our domain here. We have a subdomain because we actually pay for MailerLite. Updating our favicon, so that's that little image that pops up here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert our favicon. There it is, all the way at the bottom. Select, and then of course don't forget to add all of your tracking scripts. So I actually just did a Google Tag Manager video the other day. So make sure you put in your Tag Manager code, or at the very least, your Google Analytics tracking. At the very, very least, your Google Analytics tracking. And that will do it for this page. So we can go ahead and click Save and Continue, see the whole thing. Now, another kind of quick little hack here. Obviously, if we've created a new landing page, we need to go and update all of the links to in our content. Now, this could be a really arduous task, especially if you don't remember where all your links are. However, as a special little gift for actually sticking through this long in the video, I have a nice little hack for you. You're really gonna like this. So first, let's go to our landing page so you can see what it actually looks like here. And here is our awesome little landing page. Well, I'm gonna say it's awesome. Hopefully you think so too. I think it's pretty decent. Definitely won't win any design awards. I like saying that, but it does look pretty nice for something that you can slap together in a Sunday or Sunday afternoon or whatever afternoon, because you're stuck at home anyway, right? So something that's really, really cool with this little tool that I'm about to show you is you actually don't have to remember where all your links are. So if we go back to my Google Analytics account, you'll see that, wrong tab, you'll see that there are lots of videos here with different offers being made, right? So there's a link in those video descriptions. Now, if I hadn't done this, or if I didn't use the tool I'm about to show you, there would be no way for me to remember which link goes where, right? And you definitely shouldn't expect yourself to remember which link goes where either. And so we actually use this cool little tool called Pretty Links. You can use it for free. There's a pro version that gives you a bunch of other fancy stuff that I have yet to actually use. So I just stick with the free version now. But what's really cool is because we use Pretty Links, if I can go in here, maybe I can find one. So going to page 2, here we go. So AN Sales Funnel Template T32, right? So T32 is promoting the template. Actually, why don't we search for M15? Let's update our most important one right now. So I'll just search for the code. So here it is, AN M15. So we'll go ahead and click on Edit here. And you'll see that there's a UTM link already in here, right? Going to the main landing page. So all we'd have to do is take this new link, create a new UTM. So I'd copy it, I'd go to the UTM builder, I'd paste it in, I'd say campaign source, AN or SFT, and then I'd medium, YouTube, or campaign source. Oh my gosh, campaign source is YouTube, right? It's YouTube, if I can spell right. Campaign medium would be organic, right? And then campaign name, this would be, what do we call this? SFT, Sales Funnel Template. And then campaign term we'll leave blank, and then content would be M15, right? So now we have our new landing page URL, and we have our UTM parameters. So I can go ahead and copy that URL, and I can go to Pretty Links, and I can select all this, and I can paste in the new landing page. And when I click update, I'm not going to click update because it's going to break some stuff, but when I click update, now this YouTube video, so if we go to the YouTube video, you'll see the link in the actual YouTube video. I never actually had to go to YouTube to update it. So if we pause whatever ad is going to run, and then I click on show more, oh look, another Wix ad. Go figure, right? So this is the pretty link right here. We didn't have to go to the video to actually change it. We didn't have to physically find the video. All we had to do, okay, stop talking, buddy. Wow, this is old. Check that out. Wow, flashback, right? So all we had to do was actually go into Pretty Links and update the UTM link here. And so I can go through Pretty Links and I can look for all of my Pretty Links that I've made that link to the sales funnel template. And I can just update right here, and all of a sudden, all of the YouTube videos that are already posted, I didn't have to go find those links. All of those links, instead of going to the original landing page that had all the offers in them, now go to our splintered landing page. And so I hope that that was as mind-blowing for you as it was for me when I first figured this little thing out, because I think it is an absolute time saver. So now we can easily go ahead and create our UTM link for all of our different pieces of content. and then drive them to this new landing page, and then of course giving them 5 to 7 emails that are specific to this offer. And of course we're only doing all of this work because we went inside Google Analytics and we saw people actually liked this specific offer out of all the other ones we were making. And of course we could go even more granular and make an offer specifically for this video, because for some reason it's bringing in 700 people, which doesn't make sense because there's 500 there's only 4,500 views, so maybe something's tracking wrong here. But still, that's pretty sweet that you can do all this with free software. We didn't go through anything that you have to pay for. You would want to pay $10 a month for MailerLite, but you could get away with using the free plan. So that's the vlog you get today, because I literally did not know what else to talk about. If you missed the last one, I shared all of the time it took to put together a course. We're in the middle of testing out MailerLite and our new first time course launch here. So hopefully in a week or so, we'll have some good data to share with you. Hopefully it's good. We'll cross our fingers and people actually like the YouTube growth implementation program that we recently launched. So if you're not on the email list, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay, because I will be sharing it with you in the future, even if you're not subscribed. But if you're on the email list, you've probably seen those emails. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video and that you're staying safe, healthy, and productive, maybe a little productive, somewhat productive at home. So until the next, keep building the business you love.